Hey everyone, it's Don Harkins with Your Florida House Team and Your Florida Loan Team. It has been a while since I hopped on to do a real estate market update, and a lot of things have been happening in the market, especially this time of year. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to hop back on, go over a bunch of different aspects of the real estate market, and bring everybody up to speed on exactly what's happening in both real estate sales, listings, and also on the mortgage side of things. So, starting off, I want to talk a little bit about the real estate sales side of things. In May, in our market here in Central Florida, we saw 4,315 new homes listed. That's a really strong number, and in a normal market, that would be a great, healthy indicator. But we saw 5,852 homes go under contract, meaning we are still seeing a inventory crunch here in Central Florida. In fact, with 5,852 recent pendings, that brings us below 1 month of inventory here in Central Florida as a whole. So sellers are still seeing multiple offers, fast sales. We'll talk about that in a minute. And buyers are still having to make very strong, competitive, and sometimes creative offers in order to get homes under contract in this type of a market. So, we talked a little bit about supply. When we talk about demand, earlier this spring, there was a really good survey of non homeowner citizens of the United States, and about 25% indicated that they had plans to purchase a home in the next 12 months. So, if we look at 40 million non US homeowner citizens, and we figure 25% have plans to purchase a home, that leaves about 10 million home buyers in the US heading into the spring market. With about 1 million homes for sale across the US, that means there's about 10 buyers for every one home on the market. So, very strong demand fueled by the fact that home builders just didn't really build homes for nearly a decade and are now struggling to keep up and get back into the business. When we look at the velocity of the market, the rate of change, we measure that with days on market and sale price to list price ratio. With days on market, we're seeing the average home in Central Florida sell in about 26 days, less than 1 month. And on average, homes are selling for 100% of their list price. That's across all homes sold in the last 30 days in Central Florida. So, a lot of speed in the market, a lot of demand in the market. Really, really healthy opportunity for sellers who are choosing to list at this time. And with a strong buyer's agent and an experienced team behind you, you can find a lot of success on the buyer side as well and do a simultaneous closing. Take advantage of the seller's market to do a lease back and purchase your new home after you close, but before you move. There's a lot of great options out there. So be sure to reach out to us if you have any questions about selling and buying at the same time. For mortgages, this fantastic market is being supported by ultra low interest rates. So when we look at the mortgage index, we see the conforming 30-year mortgage rate hovering around 3% still. So we know that rates bottomed out kind of in February earlier this year, late January, then they started to tick up and then they recovered. So we've had a really stable, great interest rate environment for the last 8 to 12 weeks. And we are expecting some change to be coming. If you watch towards the end of August, the Fed will have their annual retreat at Grand Teton National Park in Jackson Hole, Wyoming on August 26th, 27th, 28th. And historically, the Fed likes to announce policy change after this meeting. And we're expecting them to announce that they're going to taper back buying mortgage-backed securities. The Fed has been saying for a while they were saying they were buying $40 billion monthly in mortgage-backed securities, and then it came out that they're actually buying closer to $100 billion. So they've changed their language and guidance on that somewhat, but we have a strong Fed participation in the mortgage-backed securities market, which is keeping interest rates very low. So expect that if news comes out of that meeting at the end of August that the Fed's going to taper buying mortgage-backed securities, expect for mortgage rates to start to climb up. And I wouldn't be surprised to see mortgage rates in the fours, even the mid fours by the end of the year. So if you are in a position where you're thinking about refinancing and making some home improvements, maybe consolidating some higher interest debt, Or if you're thinking about purchasing and trying to wait and maybe save a little bit more money, just understand that if you choose to wait, you may be looking at a mortgage rate that's potentially a quarter, half, or even full percent higher than what you could be locking in today. So I hope that gives you a broad overview of the market. Obviously, there's sub-markets. Real estate is hyper local. So if there's a specific neighborhood, property type, use, loan type that you have questions on and you'd like to talk to an expert, reach out to our team of full-time professional realtors and let us answer that question for you. We're happy to be a resource. You can always reach us at yourfloridahousesearch.com. Thanks a lot for taking the time to watch this video, and have a great 4th of July weekend. Take care.